Hey guys, it's Kaz here, and today I'm doing my year in thirds part 2. So this is a little thing I like to do every year where each third of the year I take a look into my goals to see where I'm at, see where I need to improve, see if I want to change anything or add anything, and somehow another third of the year has gone. So we're at that time again. So let's start at the beginning. How many books have I read so far? And I have read 95 books so far. I always keep my Goodreads want to read, that's not how you say them words. I always keep my Goodreads goal at 50. I never see the point of upping it because that's my goal. 50. I've done 95. Obviously I've hit it. So for page count, I've read 23,850 pages, which is cool. I mean, I don't really, in the grand scheme of things, I don't know whether that's a lot or not. But you know, it's fun to just have a look. What do we got next? The 2021 TBR, how many have I read? So I did allude to this in my September TBR, which is the last video out. If you haven't watched that, you know, go check it out if you want. So I'm a little bit behind on this if we're working it out. So 21 books on my 2021 TBR, of course. So if we're looking at it logically, each third of the year I should read 7 of them. So I should have read 14 by now, but I've read 11, so I'm a little bit behind. If you did watch my September TBR, you'll see that I'm trying to sort of bump some of them up and get that back up at a reasonable amount of books that I need to read. It's not too bad on one hand. On the other hand, I've definitely read the ones that are easier to read or that are smaller or that are more my genre. And I still have to read the bigger books, the ones that are not necessarily my genre, the ones that are not intimidating, but not something that I can just grab and read at whim, like a contemporary book. Read all of them. So yes, I'm not too bad. It's not like I'm bajillions of books behind, but it's good to have a look so I know. Oh, and a half I have read half of Nansen, which I'm finishing off in September. So technically I've read 11 and a half. My next goal is to read at least 50% of the books that I haul in 2021. Obviously, I want to read all my backlist stuff, I want to read everything that I own, but I don't want to be buying or receiving or getting or gifted loads of books this year and then not read them, but I also don't want to just prioritise them and then, you know, all the other books are just to the wayside, which is why I put 50, and I've read 56% of them, so that one is pretty much bang on the money. We shall see in October. It's my birthday in October and I may or may not get a few books, so we'll see what it's like then. But for now, we're on top of it. We're doing okay. So my next goal is to review every book. So at the moment I have 2 books to review. One of them, technically I haven't actually finished it yet, but by the time this is out, by the time this day ends, I'm going to have finished it. So I've counted it obviously because it's in August. And it's still August as I'm filming this. So I haven't reviewed that one, and there's one other book that I haven't reviewed yet, which I just need to get to. I'll probably do it today or tomorrow. So yeah, on top of that, I've reviewed the other 93 of them, so we're at a good standing there. So next up, we have complete / continue series. So I, like probably a lot of you guys, if you like reading, I start series. Do I finish them? Sometimes. So I want to continue on series, I want to be finishing series, I want to be getting some of them series off my still reading thing, and I feel like I've done pretty well with that. So I've DNF'd 2 series, most notably the flipping Series of Unfortunate Event, because 3 books in, every fucking book is exactly the same, so why would I read 14 of them or whatever. So yeah, 2 of them series, bye bye. I've continued 9, and within that 9 I've read multiple books in a series, so I haven't just read 9 books in a series. I've read a few more but just haven't finished them ones, if you know what I mean. For example, I've read 2, I think I've read 2 volumes of Preacher this year so far. I still have 2 left I think before the series is finished, so I've read 2 but I haven't completed yet, so that's pretty good. But what I have completed is 7 series. It's pretty good going. Obviously that also depends on how many series I've still got going on, but I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job at getting that down, getting it more manageable. Also, if you did see my September TBR that I mentioned, I do have one book in there that's the end of a series, so that's another one that's going to be off the shelves. So that's pretty much it, really. There were a few other things that I had at the beginning of the year that kind of stopped. So I was doing small book vlogs. I called it small book vlogject. But I felt like the whole vlogging of it is a lot of effort, the editing is a lot of effort, and then my peeps that watch my videos apparently don't like vlogs because they get the least amount of views. And it's obviously not all about views, definitely not, otherwise I wouldn't be here, because I've been here for years and I hardly have any subscribers compared to other people. But what I can't be asked to do is put loads of effort into making a vlog, because nah, you guys don't care and neither do I, so stop doing that. But I do have a few sort of main things that I want to prioritise the last third of the year, and one of them is to still read small books, because when I was doing them vlogs, I would do like 1 day or 2 days and read like 4, 5, 6 little books in them days. Vlogged it. Obviously neither of us cared about the vlog, but the fact I was reading them books meant it got off my own TBR, so I feel like even though I'm not doing the vlogs anymore, I need to carry on reading some small things, reading some of these comics that I haven't read, because they only take like an hour or two, and it's just little things that I can read super quick and get them off my TBR, so it doesn't look as daunting percentage wise. Because at the moment I think I've read 72% of my owned books, and some of them percents that I haven't read are really easy to read, I just haven't got around to reading it, so carry on with those little bits and bobs here and there. If I finished a book, or even if I'm currently reading a book, I could just grab a comic, you know, and read that. So that's one thing I want to do. It's more about getting books off my TBR rather than being able to say at the end of the year like, oh, I've read 100 and bajillion books. Don't really care about that, which is why I always put my Goodreads goal at 50. It's more about getting the percentage down of the ones that I own. So yes, I felt like I rambled a lot there to say not very much. So the other obvious main goal is my 2021 TBR. I need to get those books read. I don't need to. The last year I didn't finish them off, and the year before I didn't finish them off. You know, I'm not the kind of person to force myself to read something and then cry and unhaul them all. You guys can do that if you want. I want to actually finish these this year though, so that's my main priority, because I know I can. I didn't put anything really stupidly unreadable on there. So for example, last year I think it was, I put Atonement on my 2020 TBR. Oh, also it was 50 books instead of like 21, so you know, that's why I failed the last year and the year before, because both of them years I put like 50 books on my TBR for the year, and then also read loads of other books instead. So again, I'm rambling, you'll have to deal with it. Because it's 21 books, I feel like I can definitely get them all read. Like I said, they're all books that I do want to read as well. So yes. And then the other thing, which isn't something that I'm not doing, but it's something that I want to make sure I don't do, I want to keep on top of my reviews. Those sentences did not fit together. So obviously I'm too behind at the moment. When all of my shelves are all a mess because of the electrical refit, if you know you know, you've been here, if not, don't worry. But when that all happened, I had like maybe 5 or 6 books that I didn't review, and then I had to review them all in a lump sum, and then the reviews weren't as in-depth or weren't talking as much as I wanted to, because I can remember when I was reading the books I had loads of thoughts that I was going to put in the review, and then because it was so far later that I did the review, I couldn't remember what the thoughts were. So I want to keep on top of them. Don't ever let that happen again. Don't let it pile on top of each other. Just review it straight away as soon as I've read it. It's fresh. So yes, those are the main things that I want to focus on for the last third of the year. So yeah, hopefully this video has been eye-opening. It hasn't. Hopefully you've enjoyed it somewhat. If you like stats or things or looking at goals and stuff, I'm sure you probably possibly did enjoy it. So if you did, thumbs up to you. I did a big fat ramble here. I haven't put a sponsor video in the middle because you can't shut me up when I get going. So you know what, we're going to end with a big old nice message from our sponsors. They'll send you out, they'll say bye and subscribe, and that, not me. They can do it. So it's bye from me, but stick around for the cats. I know that's why you're here. You've probably skipped ahead. Like, where's the sponsor part? It's here. It's at the end. It's still here. Bye. Oh, lovely bunny. Lovely bunny said she would love to know what you thought about the video. So leave a comment down below and I'll read them out to her. She's waiting. I know, right? They should definitely check out some more videos. Why are you rubbing them? You should only rub if they're subscribed. Hey, lovely. Oh, hey, lovely boy. Rory's getting his belly out just for you. He gets his belly out for everyone. You're not special. Oh, look at that precious little face. That was him getting the people that aren't subscribed. Don't eat grass, it'll make you sick.